In the previous video, I talked about the Cynefin framework. Scrum thrives within the complex domain of the Cynefin framework. Now, it's worth saying that other frameworks are more appropriate to certain other domains. For example, Waterfall, another framework, is commonly associated with the complicated domain, and Kanban is commonly associated with the chaotic domain. As I said in the previous video, Scrum is not appropriate for all situations. In fact, there is an overhead created by using the Scrum framework. Whether that overhead is worth it and can be justified can be answered by considering the variables at play and their predictability. If variables and requirements are too changeable, i.e. the pace of change is too rapid, Scrum is not the right framework for you, so don't try. It all comes down to the element of predictability. Let me explain. Whenever you consider a product, there are variables that automatically become considered. Product development has three types of variables: people, technology, and requirements. People, the people delivering the product, the organization; the technology, i.e. the development of the product, how hard is it going to be to do; and finally the requirements, the stakeholders, the people who want to use your product. How well are they understood? It's time for a short activity now, and I want you to imagine that you are a builder giving me a quote to build a house. What variables would you consider when considering how much it's going to cost me? To give you one example, you might start considering the price of materials. That might be a variable to consider. Pause the video and generate a list of 5 to 10 things that the builder might need to consider with the product build, the house. So you came up with some variables. The variables that might come to the top of my head are things like the speed I want it delivered. Is it a 3-month or a 12-month build? The location of where the house is being built. Is it on a hill? The amount of people I will need to help me to do it. The design of the house. Is it a particular specialist build? Is it in the middle of a global pandemic where I'm likely to have a higher risk of people going off sick? The reason I've got you to develop this list of variables is because when it comes to product development, it is the variables that define the domain and therefore the appropriateness of the framework. With this example of a builder, most of the examples we listed are ones that the builder cannot control or predict. If the builder cannot control the majority of variables, then it is likely to be a complex problem that needs to be solved. If that's the case, then Scrum is a very good framework to use to help with the development. The takeaways from this video are that Scrum does not remove all risk. It can simply help to control risk and make progress and dependencies transparent if the accountabilities are fulfilled correctly.